Hey, it's Chuck. 250 days ago, I started posting these videos with the intent of offering therapeutic input from an actual therapist and not an untrained content creator who's in it for the views. It is not lost on me that this video is number 250 and it lands on July 4th, 2026, America's 250th birthday. So if you've ever been asked to celebrate a freedom that was never written with you in mind, then this one's for you. Let's dive into it. 250 years ago today, a group of men sat down and wrote that all men are created equal, endowed with unalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they meant it for themselves and everybody who looked like them. One fifth of the population was enslaved the day that that document was signed. One third of the men who signed it personally enslaved other human beings. Thomas Jefferson, the man who wrote All Men Are Created Equal, enslaved more than 600 people in his lifetime, including his own children. He originally included a passage condemning the slave trade in the draft, and it was deleted, not by accident. It was deleted at the demand of South Carolina and Georgia, because it's always Georgia, because they wanted to keep importing human beings as property, and they said so. And so the founders knew what they were doing. They debated it, they chose it. Freedom, equal rights, and full citizenship in this new nation were reserved for white men who owned property. Women couldn't vote. Black people were counted as three-fifths of a human for the purpose of congressional representation, and not because anyone thought that they mattered, but because it gave slaveholding states more political power. The Declaration's only direct reference to indigenous people called them merciless Indian savages, and Native Americans were not universally recognized as citizens of this country that was built on their land until 1924. Chinese immigrants and most Asian immigrants were legally barred from citizenship until 1965. Historian Ibram X. Kendi put it plainly. He said Jefferson handed revolutionary license to his band of wealthy white men revolutionaries. He criminalized runaways in the same document, and he silenced women entirely. And that's not a cynical reading. It's the historical record of fact. And so today, on the 250th birthday of a country that has spent 250 years telling certain people that freedom is coming, the progress is happening, that we're getting there. I want to name what that costs psychologically, because being asked to celebrate a document that explicitly excluded your ancestors while being told you should be grateful for the freedoms that you have now is a special kind of cognitive dissonance that has a mental health price tag. It asks you to perform patriotism for a founding that wasn't performed for you. You're allowed to hold this country's history without romanticizing it. You're allowed to grieve what it was built on. You're allowed to love the idea of what this place could be while being honest about what it has been. Those things don't cancel each other out. Holding all of it at once without collapsing onto either blind loyalty or pure despair is actually one of the harder psychological tasks there is. 250 years and some of us are still waiting for the document to mean what it said. I'm Chuck the Bald Therapist. Work on you. Take no bullshit, not even from the founding fathers. Remember that you matter, and have a great rest of your day.